For this little wood sign from Dollar Tree, I just put one coat of paint on it because I didn't want it to be brown, but I kind of like how the grain shows through. This is light antique white. I probably am going to wind up putting some on the back too, but for now we'll just do it as it is. And I have this printed backwards. You can do this in Word. I found the way to do it via YouTube, so when I put this video up, I will link that. And you gotta make sure, let me look it up to the light. Sorry you can't see this, but I'm just double checking to make sure I got it right. There, so it goes like that. Okay. So what you have to do is a thin layer of Mod Podge, and then stick this down. So I'll do that in a second. A little bit of Mod Podge. You want a good amount, but don't make it thick and blobby. Make it nice and thin. And make sure you have enough to where your piece of paper is going to go. Okay, right side up, correct. And we line it up right in the middle. About there. Carefully press it in. Make sure it's not wonky. Nope, looks pretty straight. Yep. And then just smooth it down. No, I'm a touch short on the Mod Podge right in that corner there. Make sure there's plenty. Smooth it down with your finger. Make sure it's really flat, no bubbling up. Because you want the ink from the paper to stick down into the Mod Podge. Too. There's no writing there, but we'll make sure it's secure anyways. Okay. Now we let it dry. So that amount of thin Mod Podge that I used last time didn't quite work. Some of the lettering didn't stick properly. Now, it worked for my friend Dawn when she did her redone cheese board, so I'll make sure you guys still get the link in the description box. But I'm also going to link a video of how to transfer images onto wood. That's the one my daughter used to make her ornament. And what the girl did in that one was goop up your image and then stick it down. So I'm going to try that and do that instead, and it's down there. Okay, so I gooped the heck out of it. Now you take a card or credit card or something hard and flat, and just squish out the extra Mod Podge. Like so. And in the video about the transferring to wood, the girl also left it for a full 24 hours, which is what I did on the last one, but I guess I just didn't have enough Mod Podge. So that was really gooped up like mad. So let's hope that works. That looks pretty good, though. I made this a little bigger. I think it'll be better. I might have gone this side a little too much, but I think it'll be okay. I'm going to put flowers around it, too. So I think it'll work just fine in the end. Yeah. That's not too bad. The L's over closer. I think it'll be okay. We'll see. I've been having some difficulty with this, but as in previous videos, you get my difficulties and my successes. I did the method, as I said before, with a load of Mod Podge on this, and then just stuck it down, and it seemed to work. And when I took the damp cloth, you get it kind of wet, and just gently rub off the paper, but I don't know if you guys can see this. It kind of leaves residue of paper behind. Oops, sorry about that. And some of the paint rubbed off. I don't really mind too much. A little bit of the writing comes off because it looks sort of older and distressed. But I think I am going to touch up the paint a smidgen. And I'm hoping that when I put Mod Podge over the top of it, this will get kind of disguised, this leftover paper marking. When I did my distressed mason jars back in the fall, I had like scuff marks from distressing, but once the Mod Podge was on, you couldn't tell. It just looked lovely. So, fingers crossed that's what happens. I guess we'll find out. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to go with the Mod Podge. Yep, everything's dry. In order to not rub, I'm going to use a pouncer brush. And I'm just going to go over this part. Because if this doesn't work, I'm not wasting the little stickers I have to put on this too. I'll do it differently instead. There, okay, that's a good start. That might be enough actually. Spread it around evenly. Alrighty, well, now we'll let that dry and see what it looks like. So my Mod Podge is dry. I don't think it looks that good. You can see all that residue of the paper, and I cannot get that paper off without rubbing off the writing too. So, I guess it's doing it on plain wood now. Try that, see how it works. Trying again. Plain wood. Oh, dog hair, of course. I figured that out. This wording did the ton of Mod Podge scrape it off method like last time. Now we have to soak it down and see how it goes. So this one's been decoupage now. As you can see, there is still some residue from the paper, but because it's not on paint, it doesn't look sort of gray and grubby. I think it'll be fine. I'm going to fancy it up. I thought also too previously I was going to take my little ephemera and put them, you know, around, but what I might do is do it more like that, just to kind of cover up some of it. I'm going to look through my stash and see what I've got, and I can put one there, and I can just put flowers all around it. It will show a little bit, but I think once it's all decoupaged and everything and put Mod Podge on top of it, and it'll be fine. So I'm going to carry on. The sign has now had 2 coats of satin Mod Podge over the top. Now these little ephemeras were a little bit slippy, so there's a couple spots where I have a slight wrinkle. It's not really going to matter. You won't be able to see it. But I think from what I should do next time is rather than decoupage the surface, as I'll decoupage the back of it and just stick it down. I might even have to use a piece of card or something just to smooth it down properly. But I think it'll be just fine. I'm probably going to sand the holes a smidgen. I did go around with my sanding brush just to... I have one of those block things, and I just smoothed down the edges so it didn't catch very much. And rather than use jute twine, I've got black twine from Amazon. So I'll put that back as the hanger. And I think it'll look cute. And I'll give it to my friend for her birthday. Voila! I think it turned out cute, and I'm sure my friend's going to like it.